If you are over 60 and you have ever felt numbness in your feet, burning in your hands, or that strange pins and needles sensation that seems to arrive without warning, I want you to pause for a moment. Take a breath, because what you're about to hear is not a miracle claim, not a sales pitch, and not a promise of instant healing. It is something far more powerful. It is a shift in understanding. For decades, many older adults have been told a painful sentence: the nerve damage is permanent. But modern neuroscience, nutritional biochemistry, and aging research are quietly telling a more nuanced story. A story about function, not just damage, about biology, not blame, and about capacity for repair even later in life. Today, we'll explore what peer-reviewed research actually shows about peripheral neuropathy, aging nerves, and the role of specific nutrients that help nerve cells function, communicate, and maintain their structure. This is not medical advice. This is education. And education, especially as we age, is a form of empowerment. Let me introduce you to Margaret. Margaret is 67 years old. She began noticing subtle changes first: a slight numbness in her toes, difficulty gripping a coffee mug, a sharp electric sensation in her feet that felt like tiny needles. Over time, these sensations became harder to ignore. Margaret did what most responsible adults do. She saw a neurologist. After a brief examination and imaging, she was told her nerve damage was likely irreversible. She was prescribed medication designed to dull nerve pain. The pain softened slightly, but something else happened. She felt dizzy, unsteady. She fell more than once, and perhaps worst of all, nothing improved beneath the surface. Margaret wasn't alone. Large population studies show that millions of older adults live with neuropathic symptoms, and many are told the same thing: learn to manage it. But here's the part that science urges us to question, not emotionally, but biologically. What if some cases labeled as permanent nerve damage are actually functional nerve impairment? And what if part of that impairment is connected to something far more common than we realize? In modern medicine, diagnosis often focuses on what is visible on scans or what is measurable in nerve conduction tests. Those tools are valuable, but they don't always tell the whole story. A growing body of medical literature points to an important oversight. Before declaring nerve dysfunction irreversible, basic nutritional status is not always thoroughly evaluated, especially in older adults. This matters because nerves are not static wires, they are living tissue. They require constant energy, continuous repair, and ongoing biochemical support to transmit signals accurately. Multiple reviews published in journals associated with the National Institutes of Health, NIH, and European neurology societies highlight that deficiencies in certain nutrients, particularly specific B vitamins, are frequently associated with neuropathic symptoms, especially in aging populations. This doesn't mean vitamins cure neuropathy. It means that without the biological raw materials, nerves cannot function optimally, no matter how advanced the medication. And pain-masking drugs, while sometimes helpful for comfort, do not restore nerve function. They quiet the alarm, they do not fix the wiring. Let's simplify nerve biology. Imagine your nervous system as a vast electrical network. Each nerve is a wire. To work properly, that wire needs three things. First, efficient signal transmission. Second, protective insulation. Third, the ability to repair wear and tear. Modern neuroscience shows that 3 specific B vitamins are deeply involved in these exact processes, not as treatments, not as cures, but as essential participants in nerve metabolism. Let's look at them one by one, plainly, calmly, and scientifically. In modern medicine, diagnosis often focuses on what is visible on scans or what is measurable in nerve conduction tests. Those tools are valuable, but they don't always tell the whole story. A growing body of medical literature points to an important oversight. Before declaring nerve dysfunction irreversible, basic nutritional status is not always thoroughly evaluated, especially in older adults. This matters because nerves are not static wires, they are living tissue. They require constant energy, continuous repair, and ongoing biochemical support to transmit signals accurately. Multiple reviews published in journals associated with the National Institutes of Health, NIH, and European neurology societies highlight that deficiencies in certain nutrients, particularly specific B vitamins, are frequently associated with neuropathic symptoms, especially in aging populations. This doesn't mean vitamins cure neuropathy. It means that without the biological raw materials, nerves cannot function optimally, no matter how advanced the medication. And pain-masking drugs, while sometimes helpful for comfort, do not restore nerve function. They quiet the alarm, they do not fix the wiring. Now let's talk about insulation. Nerves are wrapped in a protective coating called myelin. Think of myelin like the plastic coating around an electrical wire. It prevents signal leakage. It keeps communication precise. Vitamin B6, in its active biological form, is involved in neurotransmitter synthesis and myelin maintenance. Large observational studies show that imbalances, both too low and excessively high levels, are associated with nerve dysfunction. This is important. B6 is not about more is better, it's about balance and bioavailability. In aging populations, impaired conversion of B6 into its active form is increasingly recognized in the scientific literature. When insulation weakens, nerves misfire. That misfiring can feel like burning, tingling, or stabbing sensations. Vitamin B12 may be the most well-documented of all. It is essential for DNA synthesis, red blood cell formation, and, critically, nerve tissue maintenance. Multiple randomized controlled trials and long-term observational studies link low B12 status to peripheral neuropathy, cognitive changes, and balance issues, especially in adults over 60. Here's a key point many people don't realize. As we age, B12 absorption often declines, even when dietary intake appears adequate. This is not a failure of lifestyle, it is a biological shift. Stomach acid changes, intrinsic factor production may decrease. Certain medications further interfere with absorption. Without sufficient biologically active B12, nerve repair mechanisms slow dramatically. Not stop, slow. That distinction matters. So, why does this happen so often in older adults? The research points to several converging factors. First, age-related changes in digestion and absorption. Second, long-term use of common medications. Large studies have shown associations between reduced B vitamin status and medications such as certain diabetes drugs, acid-reducing medications, and long-term diuretic use. These medications are often necessary and life-saving. This is not about blame, it is about awareness. Biology doesn't negotiate, it responds. Now let's address the most emotionally charged question. How fast can nerves improve? Carefully conducted clinical studies, particularly from European research groups studying nutritional neurology, show something important. When underlying deficiencies are corrected under medical supervision, functional improvements often begin earlier than structural changes. This means sensation may return before full nerve regeneration. Balance may improve before imaging changes. Pain may decrease as signaling stabilizes. Some studies observe measurable functional improvements within weeks, not years. Early changes, sometimes noticed within days, are believed to reflect restored metabolic function, not instant regrowth. This distinction is crucial. The science does not claim 5-day nerve regeneration. It suggests that nerve cells respond quickly when basic biological needs are met. In Margaret's case, her physician chose to look deeper. Blood work revealed suboptimal levels of nutrients essential to nerve metabolism. With careful medical supervision and monitoring, not guesswork, her approach shifted from symptom suppression to biological support. Within the first week, Margaret noticed something subtle. Her feet felt warmer, not healed, not perfect, but present. Over the following weeks, her grip strength improved, temperature sensation returned, balance stabilized. Was this magic? No, it was biology being allowed to function again. Now let's ground this in honesty. Not all neuropathy is reversible, not all nerve damage can be undone, and not all symptoms are caused by nutritional issues. But science is clear on this. A significant percentage of nerve dysfunction in older adults is functional, metabolic, and modifiable. Understanding this opens doors, not guarantees. This is not a call to self-diagnose, not a call to buy supplements, and not a rejection of medical care. It is an invitation to ask better questions, to understand how aging biology works, to discuss nutrient status thoughtfully with healthcare professionals, to recognize that aging is not a straight line of decline, but a dynamic process. Your body is not passive, even after 60, even after 70, even after 80. Cells respond to their environment. If there is one message to carry with you today, let it be this: knowledge changes posture. It changes how you stand inside your own body. Understanding biology doesn't promise outcomes, but it restores agency, and agency is deeply connected to health. Stay curious, stay grounded, and remember, aging is not the loss of biology, it is the art of working with it. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, be well, stay thoughtful, and keep listening to what your body is quietly trying to tell you.